Welcome to the Citizen channel, our regular look at a upcoming game. Yes, we're going to have a preview show today. Brentford against Manchester City. Yes, not one of the games that has been played many times over our histories, both Brentford and ours, but we'll have a chat about that in a minute. 8:15 p.m. kickoff at the Brentford Community Stadium there on the 29th of December. Of course, I'm going to have a look. We're going to have a look at Brentford today, how they're doing. Of course, I'm trying to predict their starting 11. A few injuries, unfortunately, at the moment, but they seem to be okay. It gives him less choice to pick from, doesn't it? And also our starting 11 as well. And the match, as far as I know, is being shown on Amazon Prime, so that's good. I've got Amazon Prime, so thankfully I can watch it. So we're not lucky enough to get a ticket if you're going down there. Stay safe and well, guys. Who's in charge? You got David Coote is in the middle. His linos are Stuart Burton, Nick Hopton, fourth official Craig Pawson. On VAR we are Jared Gilley. Yes, Jared Gilley. And his assistant making the coffee is Shan Massey Ellis, of course, on VAR. Right, so here we go. What do we think? Previous meetings. Last time out was the 25th of January 1997. An FA Cup third round match. 27,260. That was a pretty good crowd. And Nicky Summerby goal won it for City that day. Overall record in the league at their place, and obviously it's always been Griffin Park as far as I know. Obviously now it's not, but in the past just played 4 league games, and City we've only won one. We won 1, drawn 1 and lost 2. We scored 7 and let 6 in. I think we won the one game we won. I think we won 6-2. That's probably why we got a positive goals for up. There you go. We've got a bad record. We've got a bad record away at Brentford. We'll have to try and remedy that. Please check out my little History Boys feature. I look back at an FA Cup 4th round game from January 1989. It's both a History Boys feature and sadly a Horrible Histories feature as well. So please check that out. Anyway, it's like 10 or 12 minutes. Some interesting stuff if you want to remember. But if you want to remember, obviously I've a couple of nice comments about it, people who were there, etc. So yeah, if you can seek that out, that'd be great. The History Boys feature. Odds to win the match means I don't condone gambling, and when the fun stops, stop there. The best you can get on City at the moment is 2-11 with Coral. It's generally available 1-6, 1-7, but 2-11 with Coral. The draw is 7-1 with 365. You fancy a draw? Hope not. And a Brentford win, doubly hope not. 18-1 you can get generally for a Brentford win. So please check out my little odds feature as well, of course. Right, how's this going to pan out? Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I was looking at another website the other day, and they sort of had a quote of how they thought Brentford's Premier League season had gone so far, and they actually said, a flourishing start, a drab phase, and a disappointing low. So, yeah, I think that I disagree with the disappointed. I don't think Brentford have been disappointed whatsoever. I think they're pretty well chuffed with how things are going there as far as the fans are concerned. Anything is a bonus, and at the moment, they're not in the relegation zone, so that's got to be a bonus. So certainly that start to the season. All right, they've not been able to keep up that marvellous start they seem to have to the season, but that's only to be expected. And they will be looking forward, of course, to the visit of the league leaders and the current reigning champions. And this has happened before. They welcomed us as reigning champions before. And yeah, we'll talk about that in the quirky stats. Interesting. There's no COVID problems as far as I know with this, but they do have their injuries. They've got key players missing like Raya, Adja Zanka and Julian Gembier, obviously, and also we've got someone, is it Fosu De Silva and Charlie Goody have been added to that as well. So how close any of those guys are coming back to playing, I'm not too sure. I've not included any of those guys in their starting 11. The recent form, yeah, I mean, obviously they lost the last home game was a Carabao Cup game, of course, to Chelsea, a 2-0 loss to Chelsea. And their last home league game was a deserved, 96-minute penalty win, 2-1 against Watford with Mbumo, that's how you pronounce it, scoring the late penalty. And yesterday, as I'm recording this, their Boxing Day trip to Brighton was a bit of a disappointing 2-0 loss. They may have hoped for something there, to be honest with you. Quite an even game. It's just that Brighton took their chances and Brentford didn't. So more of that, please, on Wednesday night. And that leaves them sat in 13th. So not too bad. The 9 points, excuse me, ahead of Burnley. Still got a sore throat from yesterday, guys. 9 points ahead of Burnley. We've got a game, I think we've got 2 games in hand. So, okay, not a total disaster. They've won 5, drawn 5, and lost 7. They scored 21 goals and had 24 scored against them. So we've got a -3 goal difference. So, right, their team, allowing for those injuries. I'm going to go a couple of changes to the team that played against Brighton away. I'm going to go, Fernandes in goal, Pinnock, Janssen, Sorensen, Canos, Baptiste, Norgard, Onyeka, Thompson, Tony, and that Mbuimo or Mbumo, however way you pronounce that. My apologies. And I think Brentford will enjoy this. I do think they'll enjoy this, and they'll have more winnable games. Although obviously they've got Liverpool coming up as well, and us again at the Etihad in about 5 or 6 weeks. So yeah, a quick turnaround there for the sort of second game, if you like, of the season. But they do have home games against Aston Villa and Wolverhampton Wanderers. They will be looking to take some points from them because, fingers crossed, they're not going to get many against us in Liverpool, but you never know, do you? So, as I said, they do have a little bit of a cushion, but they don't want to get dragged down into that relegation zone. City, yeah, we've got a difficult trip. It's 3 days later, but if you take the night kickoff and then an early kickoff on New Year's Day, it's obviously a lot less than 3 days. So, we've got a reasonably healthy squad. We've got a few niggles, haven't we, at the moment? A lot of players hopefully coming back to fitness. People like Rodri have been added to the list. Obviously, we still not too sure about Walker's state of mind and state of physicality. So we have got 1 or 2 little problems, but we still have a reasonable sized squad to be able to sort of rotate just a little bit before the Arsenal game. And I think he'll do that against Brentford without affecting a pretty strong 11 to take down to the Emirates at the weekend. Because obviously after that we've got it's the Swindon, the FA Cup, isn't it? The week after, so he's got to go strong as he can against Brentford, but he may rest a couple and go really strong against Arsenal with that FA Cup match the week after. Let's face it, so he should be able to do that. With Mahrez soon, of course, at the AFCON. I do expect to see more of him over the next 2 or 3 games. And both Foden and Grealish need to get back into Pep's good books. At least Foden came on against Leicester, didn't he? But we're still not seeing Grealish. As for Walker, I'm not too sure, but we need him back very quickly, as I say, whether it's a mental or physical thing, and no one's quite sure. Pep's being very canny with his descriptions of what's wrong with these players at the moment. I think we know what's wrong with Walker, but obviously other players as well, like Rodri, he's not very forthcoming. Might just be a ploy, of course. So the City 11, I'm going to keep that Walker's still out. I'm going to work it on the basis that Diaz is going to be rested for this one, on the basis that he doesn't want to pick a booking up and miss the Arsenal game, which is not the way to look at it, really, but on the basis if Stones is fit enough to come back in, play Stones. If Stones isn't fit enough, then Diaz will have to play the game and not get booked, won't it? It's as simple as that. I think you might also rest Bernardo and KDB, although might be pushing it a bit to rest both of them. But Arsenal, we'll have to wait about. Grealish, we'll have to wait about that one. But Bernardo and KDB, one of them perhaps I would like to see playing for creativity. But if he welcomes Foden back, and that's what I've done, I stuck Foden into the team, so hopefully he'll make up for that. So I've gone Edison, Cancelo, Laporte, Stones. As I said, if Stones is fit enough, I wouldn't be surprised to see Aki, depending on what's going to happen. Zinchenko again. I can't see any other options really. We're still with Walker's injury, or physicality. Fernandinho again instead of Rodri. If Rodri's not fit, if Rodri's fit, would he risk him and just obviously leave Ferner for another match before the Arsenal game? Gundogan, Foden, Sterling, Jesus, he seems to be a bit of the forgotten man, Jesus. I think he's okay. I don't think he's injured in any way. And of course, Mahrez, as I said, I think he'll be playing him pretty much now till the AFCON starts. So there you go. That's my 11, allowing for rested players and injuries. If we get 8 of those guys, I'll be quite happy with that. Edison, Cancelo, Laporte, Stones, Zinchenko, Werner, Gundogan, Foden, Sterling, Jesus and Mahrez. So there you go. Let me know what you think, guys, and what you're starting 11 or any changes to that. As I say, it's bit difficult to guess Pep's teams at the moment. I'm so glad I got 9 in the last. I got 9 right in the Leicester game. I was quite impressed with that. But if we get 7 or 8, I'll be quite happy. Right, match quirky stats. Here we go. Some good ones this week with such a very rare game. It doesn't happen often, does it? Let's be honest about it. Yeah, the last top flight meetings, my thanks to goal.com, where I got most of these stats from. The last top flight meetings between Brentford and City were back in 1937, 1938, with the Bees winning home and away against reigning champions Manchester City. There you go, there's the coincidence, who, of course, we were relegated at the end of the campaign. Typical City, there you go. Brentford have won 50% of their league games against reigning top flight champions. Won 5, drawn 3, lost 2, including 2 victories against City, of course, in that 37-38 campaign. When playing their final league game of a calendar year at home, Brentford haven't lost since 2005. A lot of good omens for Brentford in this one. Let's knock them on the head, eh? 2-0 loss to Colchester, winning 5 and drawing 3 of their 8 such games since. So they're doing pretty well. City have only lost their. We have our little thing, foibles as well. City have only lost their final league game in one of the last 20 calendar years. 1-10, draw 9, with that defeat coming at Liverpool in 2016. After winning just one of their first 6 Premier League home games, they drew 1 and lost 4. Brentford have won their last 2 at home in the competition. Yeah, so you thought they got to. I always think they got to a flying start, but it was a bit mixed at home, wasn't it? I think they did okay away as well. They last won 3 in a row at home in the top flight in February and March 1939, the day war broke out. Well, not quite. But there you go. City have scored 112 Premier League goals in 2021. The last calendar year to see an English top flight side score more was back in 1960, with Tottenham netting 114. So we need a couple of goals to equal that, 3 to better it. And Wolverhampton Wanderers scoring 113. So there you go. That's a record we can break. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Man City's Raheem Sterling has scored in each of his last 4 Premier League appearances, netting 5 goals in total. He's never scored in 5 consecutive games in the competition before. There's another one we can knock on the head, eh? So there you go. Some good quirky stats today. Yeah, so please tune back in on Thursday morning. I won't, obviously, Wednesday night. I'm up early Thursday, so I'll have to put it together. So it'll be more Thursday lunchtime for a match report on this Brentford versus Manchester City game. Of course, with the MEN ratings and my own ratings as well. So please push that notification. Give us a thumbs up. That'd be fantastic. To listen to my little match report of hopefully another win for City at Brentford. And also, please don't forget to check out my 2 specifics on this game, the History Boys feature, and of course the odds show as well. I don't condone gambling, but just a little bit of interest to see what value we can get and get some more for the charity. We're doing very well. Another couple of wins last time out. So that's the last 4 bets have all come in. So the pot's increasing nicely. Anyway, join me for those if you can. Let me know any comments you want to make, and your memories of Brentford as well. If you do watch the History Boys, leave them on there for me, or if you just want to leave any memories you've got going down to Brentford and Griffin Park, just let me know. I'm really be glad and happy to hear them. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day. Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. So we meet here again on the City Vs channel. I only ask one thing, don't I, guys? Please stay safe, please. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.